Tonight at 11 Eastern, swing by Sports Center at night. We've got the two Johns. And right now on the jump, we are talking Miami. The Heat came up big when it mattered this weekend. Dwayne Wade and Goran Dragic saving the Heat from elimination twice. And this, of course, brings us to our friend Amin, who, as you may remember, put himself on a bit of an island when he was the only ESPN analyst to pick the Heat to go all the way to the NBA Finals. And in fact, Amin now the governor of Heat Island. And I gotta say, guys, the island took on some flooding late last week, right? When Charlotte ripped off those games, I saw some folks on the outbound ferries leaving. So, Amin, how is Heat Island looking now?
What's not to like?
Is that real?
Real for me. That's all that matters.
You're still on that island by yourself.
No, I'm not by myself. We have a nation of millions behind me. But
Millions?
well, okay, maybe. Stop.
Tell me why.
I'll tell you what.
Tell me.
T-Mac, because
You do look like an FBI agent.
why you guys? See, this is gonna get me in trouble when I go back home. By the way,
By the way,
I heard
you got like the IFT
Tell me
thing
why.
on the side, right?
The Cavs have an Achilles heel, right? Their Achilles heel is that they feel the need to play Kevin Love, and LeBron won't play the 4, and Kevin Love can't play the 5, so they have to play Love at the 4, Tristan Thompson at the 5. The Heat are the best small ball team in the East. There's no team that plays as well. That's what Charlotte found out. Charlotte got competitive when they could play big.
Right.
When they went small, they got blown out the gym
But
3 times.
I mean, Chris Bosh is not playing in this
Doesn't
city.
matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because Whiteside, for all of his, and I've been killing him more than probably anybody else in the media.
He's really good. I like him.
And he's got an advantage over Tristan Thompson. He is Tristan Thompson, but bigger and longer and better shot blocker.
So we just bypassing
I was gonna say the
Raptors,
Raptors.
the Hawks.
Raptors.
We already put these guys.
Okay, I mean, all right. If you want to play that game for Toronto, you've got, first of all, DeMar DeRozan. Paul George ain't out there, but you still got to deal with Luol Deng and Justice Winslow and maybe Josh Richardson and maybe Goran Dragic. And you got all these guys with length and defensive versatility that can give them a hard time. And then at the end of the day, I'm always going to have doubts about a team whose offense is so heavily built on, I got to get to the line.
Well, no, I agree with you in this next series against Toronto. I think the veterans and the defensive presence that these guys bring every night, the intensity, I think they would withstand whatever the Raptors throw at them. However, King James in that next round, no, I don't see it.
I'm telling you.
He is not drinking your pina colada.
So, you know what?
I can't believe you didn't bring me one.
No, you're not on the island. You are not on the island.
Where am I from, though?
It doesn't matter.
He's from
Where,
Florida.
I got into my blood.
Do you want to get on Heat Island?
No, I don't.
All right, then. You don't get no drinks then.
I can lend you my Mr. T chain because that's kind of what I think you need to complete the look there. Let's switch over to the Cavaliers, specifically LeBron James, since Tracy brings them up. Our Brian Windhorst has a story on ESPN.com today saying the word around the league is that LeBron's jumper is, quote, broken. That for the rest of the playoffs, he can expect opponents to try baiting him into shooting Jays instead of passing, instead of barreling inside. And all of this especially shows up when we're talking about shooting from distance. I do want to put these numbers up before we get into it. LeBron shot 31% on threes during the regular season. That's his worst since his rookie year. And in the first round against the Pistons, he shot 21%, which is worst for the playoffs in his career. Now, Trace, LeBron's 31 years old. You're looking at these numbers like, yeah, whatever, he's still LeBron.
I am. When has LeBron ever been a great outside shooter?
Right.
In Miami.
He wasn't a great outside shooter.
He wasn't taking a lot of them, but he was a great shooter.
There was a point where the Spurs were daring him to shoot outside, and while that worked for them one year, it did not work for
I
them
happened
the next
to
year.
actually be on in that uniform, the Spurs uniform.
You gonna pull that card?
Yep.
He's gonna pull, okay,
First
go ahead.
he pulls the MJ card. Oh, by the way, MJ. Then he pulls the I was there card. All
Witnessing
right,
that,
yes.
and the game plan is to back off Bron and let him shoot. Now, a couple games, yeah, it did work. But in
the end, you're right.
In the end, he gained some rhythm,
right,
and his shooting touch, and he was knocking them down. He's never really been a great outside shooter. He's a scorer. He's scoring a variety of ways. If he gets going to the cup, he gets a rhythm then, and he can knock down outside shots.
See, here's my thing, though. When he was good in Miami, you're right. He wasn't shooting 8 threes a game. He was taking 1 or 2 and making them.
Right.
What did that do? Makes the defense stay honest.
Right.
It means I can't just say, go ahead and shoot it. The problem now is I'm 1 and 2 a game, he's not even hitting those. So now the defense is saying, you're not going to keep me honest. and they're right.
They just swept the Pistons.
Pistons aren't good, but
They was number one.
I also think statistics.
Well,
you can kind of make statistics do. There's a point you can make statistics do whatever you want.
Let me ask you this.
what's up?
Do they have to worry about the Hawks next series?
No, I think they'll beat the Hawks.
What are we talking
Well,
about?
here we go.
We're talking, but this is something that it's not going to go away.
Right,
it's
but
not
if
like
you-
once we beat the Hawks, no one will ever remember this strategy
But
again.
this is my point. If you look at X sample, then his three-point shooting is down. If you look at just the last 22 games of the season, then he was shooting 40.8%
He
from
picked it up.
three-point range.
Once he
So
cut
I mean,
social
it's
media
just-
out, he picked it up.
Are y'all on the record right now saying LeBron's jump shot is fine? Is that what y'all saying?
I'm
We're
saying
just saying it's not the basis of his game.
right. And I think to negate that, he gets in the post a little bit more.
Yes.
Let's get to the much more important LeBron James topic. TMZ reporting today Space Jam 2 is going to happen, people.
come on.
And LeBron James is going to star in it. Come on. This is
I
going
don't
to
know
be so
about-
good.
Yes, I think LeBron would be
on.
fantastic. I would like for more of a younger LeBron James.
Oh, dude, really? He's
Yeah,
only
I think-
31. You saying
I
he's
would like
past
for-
it?
I would like for like a 25, 26-year-old LeBron, 31-year-old.
It's a cartoon. They can make him do whatever he wants.
Yeah,
I think
the
he would.
CGI is amazing. I
Right?
see this hairline,
I think
right?
it would be fantastic, though.
Clearly, we are going to have to be in
No,
Space Jam.
man, hold
2.
on.
I mean, that
I
goes
mean,
without saying.
We're gonna be in it. Oh, in that case, great job. Yeah, let's do it.
Cameo.
Space Jam.
Cameo.
Space Jam. Yep.
All right, we got to move on to the Clippers. Doc Rivers, just down the way here, just a few hours ago, talking to the media. He says that he fully expects guys, Blake Griffin and Chris Paul, to opt out of their contracts after next season. Which, of course, brings up the question, do you try to trade them this summer, get some value back for them before a season later they hit the open market?
I want to see
Look,
what
man,
T-Mac got
y'all
to say.
know where I stand on this. Hey, it's been 5 years with this team. What have they proven?
Yeah, but you're
to keep
usually
this
just
score?
arguing with me about this. Now you're arguing with me and Doc Rivers, man.
I mean, look.
You're saying I got no backup even with Doc
I'm
Rivers?
just saying, it's been 5 years. What have they proven to keep this? Now, I'll agree to keep the core group, together
Right.
if they can identify that small forward position because
See, my thing is this: those four dudes, Redick, Paul, Griffin, and
DeAndre.
DJ, they've been great. They've been one of the top lineups every single year whenever they're out there. So the problem isn't those four dudes. The problem is you give minutes to Austin Rivers. The problem is you give minutes in years past to guys like Big Baby and Hedo Turkle, guys who are way, way, way past their prime or never had a prime to
Austin
begin
Rivers
with.
is not. Austin Rivers can
First
ball,
of all,
man.
I'm sorry,
He
you
can
got to
ball.
take a break on Austin Rivers
Seriously.
because what he did in that
Austin
last
Rivers
game
can
was
ball,
so
man.
impressive.
The sun shines on the
Defensively,
Dodger and at least once in
Don't.
five.
That
Defensively, he's not a
was
good
tough,
defensive
man.
point guard.
All you got to do is hit the wing and then cut. And as soon as you don't have the ball anymore, his brain shuts off. It goes,
There is no. There's,
throwing a
but
flag on.
I did want to ask. I am throwing a flag on that. I do want to ask though: is this where being the president of the team and the coach of the team kind of can get you into trouble? Because if you're the coach of the team and you say, I'm the heart of the locker room. We can do it. Come on, give us one more shot. You're not arguing with the team president because it's yourself. And maybe you're basically cutting off the long-term assets of this team if you're saying, yeah, we know they're going to opt out in a year and we're still going to ride them. We're not going to try to trade and get value.
I think it's just a bond that he has with these players. He don't want, to divide these.
Well, that's the bond you have if you're the coach. You're supposed to have that bond if you're the coach.
And the president as well.
You think so?
Yeah, because I don't think the president would be so attached to these players. I mean, they want to do whatever it takes to make the team
I
better.
think they should get another run at it anyway, so I'm with you. I'm going to go.
Those four guys
I'm
are
gonna go with
productive
you.
players. They're
Yeah.
not the problem.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Houston Rockets' Trevor Ariza may need to rethink his social media strategy after getting into it with a fan. This is like meat and Temecula stuff, although Ariza actually promised to come over to this guy's house in Houston. Tracy, you still live in Houston.
I do. Trev is a goon, though.
He's not coming to your house, I know that.
Oh, that's my guy.
I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level.